What's going on, people? It's your boy Black Love, and this commentary is not so much to rain on people's parade as it is to try and get people to understand that you need to take things with a grain of salt. It's good to be open-minded, but also be critical. You know, this is the time of year where we're getting closer and closer to the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer reveal. Alright, they've already made the announcement that it's going to happen on like the 14th, and they're going to fly out a bunch of YouTubers and whatnot. They're going to have the multiplayer shown. It's going to be live streamed on Xbox. It's going to be live streamed on the Call of Duty website. And for the most part, you know, it's going to be another spectacle thing. You know, just like it was with the campaign reveal, the gameplay reveal. Alright, now it's time for multiplayer. They're not giving us a whole lot to work with beforehand, but the reason why I'm saying you got to take things with a grain of salt is because, look, this is the same company that has been rehashing the same product for a very long time, and despite the community being unhappy with it, they're unwilling to take big risks. You know, they've been unwilling to create a new engine. Even with this game coming out on the next-gen console, they're still unwilling to create a new engine just yet. They've been scared to make different changes to the game and really rework it because it's a selling product. It gets them money and it works for them. The thing is, the community's been unhappy. You guys know me, I've been unhappy. You know, when I play this game, Black Ops 2, I'm unhappy most of the time. I do find that playing with friends like I did in this game, it helps. You know, having a good connection, it's a whole different world when your connection is working for you, when you're not in a game that's infested by snipers and whatnot. But for the most part, we've already acknowledged that the game itself is fairly broken. It has issues that aren't fixed, and that's the same thing with every Call of Duty so far. Now, I don't expect Ghost to be perfect no matter what. Even if they answer majority of the community's concerns, I don't expect it to be perfect. Like I said, it's still running on an old engine. There's only so much you can do with old technology. And especially seeing as this is the final one before and during the next gen, I don't expect this one to be the Call of Duty of all Call of Duties. I don't expect it to be the game that brings back the franchise and makes everything better. I don't expect that. I think for the most part, this game is starting to sound like filler. It's starting to sound like filler until the new engine is created, whether it's Treyarch that's making it or it's Neversoft with the next Modern Warfare, who knows. But it sounds like this game is another filler Call of Duty game until the new engine is finally created and tested and pretty much, you know, put out there for the next gen. They didn't create a new engine for the next gen console, and that kind of concerns me. But more than anything, I want to just drop a quote from Mark Rubin that I came across in the Examiner. Mark Rubin stated, "So, you know, as a company in general, we don't want to jump onto the tech bandwagon too early. We're a little bit more conservative with that kind of thing. There's some cool new tech, but some of it we can't talk about because we're not talking multiplayer yet. Can't change the rules too much." Alright? So that's in reference to talking about, you know, what to expect with the multiplayer, new features, new technology, like the engine, things like that, right? So we already know no new engine. So what new tech are we looking at? We know that there will be dynamic maps there, including Freefall as a pre-order bonus, but I don't think dynamic maps will fix the game. I think more than anything, it could cause an issue. You know, we've already had connection problems, and hopefully dedicated servers. That would be amazing if dedicated servers was the first thing they announced at this multiplayer event. It would be amazing. All right, that would solve one of the really big problems. But like I'm saying before, it's just one of those things where you can't get your expectations too high. You know, we're in a situation where they're going to try and hype this game up as much as possible and tell you everything you want to hear. But they're not necessarily going to answer everything. Remember Robert Bowling saying No Last Stand when it came to Modern Warfare 3? Look what happened when that game finally came out. They said No Last Stand. We see Final Stand. We see Dead Man's Hand. You know, they may say and present one thing and give you another. You know, that it's a bad business practice, but it happens. You know, sometimes you don't want to make your own product look bad. And the reason why I say take it with a grain of salt is because a whole bunch of these YouTubers that are going to go out there, they're being sent out there because they're not the type that are overly critical. You know, they're not going to fly out the guys that are going to actually criticize the game or the product, even if it's constructively. You know, I'm not questioning the integrity of any of these guys. I'm actually a fan of a couple of them. I think that what they do for the community is good, but the thing is, they're not trying to burn bridges. So when it comes to what they tell you and what you see at the presentation, it's all going to be spectacle, but you got to think practically here. You got to take it with a grain of salt because you never know what you're going to get. That's been my commentary. I'm your brother Black Love. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm out. Peace.